Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Dani, and today it's time for February M&M's TBR. It's been a while, I know, but I'm here, we're back, we're doing the M&M's TBR, and I'm very excited for it. It's the one video that I'm always missing filming, although I've had a really good January month reading-wise. I read 10 books, and 5 of them were 4.5 or 5 stars, so I'd be very excited to come back with a wrap-up as well to talk about these books. So if you're interested in that or in more M&M's TBR from me, be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments. So yeah, we're doing the M&M's TBR, not changing much really, but we are changing a tiny bit of the rules. So first of all, the color prompts used to be the little papers that I grabbed that would just tell me exactly which books which book that I hauled in that day that I would have to read. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just going to pick a book that I hauled on that date. That's going to be it, because I want to be kinder to myself and I want to be reading books that I'm actually interested in reading. What a concept, right? The second thing that I'm going to be doing on this M&M's TBR specifically, at least, we'll see for the future, is that I'm going to really have a top priority list of books that I want to read, because I have over 50 books that I really want to read right now, that I'm very excited to read, that any of them, if I pick them in the TBR, I would be very excited to read. So why would I put the ones that I'm less excited to read right now? Like, they're more than 50. It's fine. So those are the ones that I'm going to try to fit on this TBR if I can, however I can. And if I get a prompt that I can't fit any of those books, I'm just going to repick the prompt, repick the M&Ms. We'll see what we do if we get there. And I think that's pretty much it. But if this is your first M&M's TBR that you're watching, this is a game that I play not every month, but I used to be every month. But it's a game that I'm always very excited to film. And basically, I pick 2 M&M's for each book. The first M&M, the color goes on the top, the second goes on the side, and whatever prompt I get, I have to pick a book to read that corresponds to that prompt. Oh, one more rule that I want to implement. It's not a rule, it's just a thing. One more thing that I want to do for this game specifically is that I'm going to pick 6 books as usual, but I want you to vote on the book that you want me to read the most, because that's going to be my priority for the month. I'm going to pick 6 books that I'm very excited for, and they're going to be my pile of possibilities, my hopefuls. I've seen a lot of different ways to call it lately, both on Instagram and BookTube. And that's kind of what I'm going for, because I'm not going to force myself to read if I'm not interested in reading, or if I don't have time. I'm not going to rush through a book because I won't have time to read everything. So if I pick 6 chunky fantasy, epic fantasy adult books, that's amazing. I might just get to 2 of them, but that's how it is. But I want you to vote on the one that you want me to read the most, because then that is going to be a priority for me. And if you want to hear more about what I've been doing, what I've been reading this past months that I haven't been filming much, and I don't know if I'm going to be filming very regularly, but hopefully, you should join the Discord. I talk a lot there about what I'm reading and just what's happening in life and reading lives in general. But also on Instagram, I post a lot there. Not a lot. I post some there. More stories than actual posts. But those are 2 places that you can... Oh, and Goodreads. Goodreads is very much up to date. So those are 3 places that you can follow me to really see what I'm reading and see what I'm thinking about the books as I'm reading them. And now I think we can start. That's why we're all here. So let's open the M&Ms. I forgot to say, it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm forgetting a lot of things. But I forgot to say, I'm filming this on February 3rd, but I'm just reading... let me get it. I'm reading Philly Donovan Jumps the Gun. I'm almost done with it. I might finish today or tomorrow. And that's pretty much all that's happened in the month of February for me so far, just 3 days. So this is all going to be really nice for me to decide what I'm going to read next. But that's it. Okay, so the first M&M for the first book is orange. You really thought I was gonna say blue, right? The second M&M for the first book is red. And the prompt is new author. So for this one, I unfortunately cannot pick sequels of books that I'm reading, and I'm trying to really prioritize sequels this year, but I cannot pick sequel because it wouldn't be a new author, but I do have one that I'm very excited for. So the first book on the TBR is going to be The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. This is an epic high fantasy adult book series. I think it's a trilogy. It's a series about this man, who's probably the one on the cover here. He's kind of considered the, I forgot how they say it, but it's like the judge, the executioner, and everything all at once, and all of that. Detective, judge, and executioner. That's what it is. And the story is told through the voice of his mentee, like a girl that's walking with him and like doing stuff. I forgot what she is. I read 18 pages of this book, and that's all I know so far, and I really like the writing, and I'm really excited to continue, and I already pre-ordered the sequel, so I should read this soon. Let's replace the prompt. High rating. Oh. So if this comes up, I have to pick a book that has a high rating on Goodreads. First M&M for the second book is Orange Again. Oh, there we go. Second M&M for the second book is Green. This is so exciting. I love this prompt so much. It's random color. So I'm going to pick a random color generator and try to fit a book that matches the color that it gives me. Okay, so this is the color that just came here automatically, and we're going to generate. Did it change? Was it supposed to change? I don't think it changed. How does this work? Oh, I think I have to swipe it. So this is the first color that appeared when I just opened the thing, and now I have to refresh, and it's going to give me a color. Blue, just like a very bright blue. I'm going to screenshot this and put the picture of the color here on the screen so you know which type of blue I'm talking about, because I'm sure in the camera it's a bit different. And I'm gonna pick a blue book, and I think I know which one is going to fit for this. Okay, so I have two really good options for this color, and they're not entirely the color, but I think they match pretty well. So the one is The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman, and the other one is Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. And I think this has more blue than this one. The spine of this one is much bluer, although this is also very blue. Either way, I'm gonna pick Kindred. I think it has more of this type of blue, and it's very similar to the blue that we got. And I'm dying to read Kindred. So this is going on the TBR. I don't know much about the story besides what everyone says that it is. It is a very light sci-fi about this woman on the 70s that is transported to the past, to a location and time when there were slaves, and she's kind of going back and forth, but she doesn't have a lot of control on when that happens. And I'm just very interested in reading this, and it's going to TBR. Let's replace prompt. This one, nature. Oh, just nature on the cover. First M&M for the third book is yellow. Second M&M for the third book is red. And I got a short book. So like I said, I have like a very specific list of top books that I want to read. I'm going to sort them by page number and see which one is the shortest. And if it is a really short book, that's going to be it. Okay, so the book that I'm going to pick for a short book, I always forget that this is a novella because I pre-ordered it and I haven't seen it, but I knew that before. Not when I bought it. When I bought it, I thought it was a chunky sci-fi book, but it's actually a novella. It is Arch Conspirator by Veronica Roth. Is that it? If not, it's here on the screen. I don't know much about this book. I really like the cover, and I'm trying to read more sci-fi this year, so I'm trying to go into some sci-fis that kind of look... It's a dystopia kind of scenario, and I think it looks really interesting. And like I said, I always forget that this is supposed to be a novella, so that's going to be the book for a short book because I pre-ordered it. It comes out in kind of half towards the end of the month, and I'm going to be very excited to read when it gets here. Let's replace the prompt with this graphic novel or manga. The first M&M for the fourth book, yes, first M&M for the fourth book is blue, finally. Second M&M for the fourth book is brown. And it is by a book. This is awesome. I shouldn't, but the M&Ms want me to keep playing. They want me to be happy. And there is a book that I am dying to buy. I actually have the ebook already, but I want to have the physical copy and I want to read the physical copy. So that's the one that I'm going to buy, for sure. I'm very excited for it. It is A Touch of Light by Thiago Abdala. He is a Brazilian author. I think his book has only been published in English. I don't even know if he lives in Brazil or anything. I know he's born in Brazil. But this is one of the books that was on the self-published blog SPFBO, self-published fantasy blog off. I think that's it. In which there's a list of very high rated fantasy books, self-published. And that's what it is. I'm making it very complicated to explain, but I've only heard amazing things of this book, but I actually have no idea about the plot of it. But I really want to support the author. I want to read an indie published, an indie fantasy. That's the word I'm looking for. And that's going to be it. Like I said, I already have the Kindle version. I bought it because it was on sale for like $1. But I want the physical book, so I'm going to buy it. I'm probably going to start the Kindle book just to make sure that I'm enjoying it, and then I'm going to buy the paperback. And I'm very excited about it. I knew when I decided to play this game for February, I already knew in my mind that if I got to buy a book, that's the one that I was going for, and it happened. I manifested it. Where's the thing? Let's replace the prompt. What's this? Oh my god. You went on the back again. It's young adult. The first M&M for the fifth book is blue again. The second M&M for the fifth book is green. Okay, and we got Instagram scroll. This means that I'm going to open Instagram and scroll until I find a book that is on the top list that I mentioned, like those 50 or so books that I'm interested in reading. But the first one that appears is the one that I'm going to read. And I guess I'm gonna have to record my screen. Do I even still have the app to do it? I do. Hello, editing me here. I don't usually come here with the editing version, but I'm editing the thing right now. That's what it means. And the recording for the Instagram scroll didn't save. It didn't work. There's nothing of it. There's actually 1 second when I tested it that it worked, and then there's nothing. It's just, it doesn't play. I don't know what happened. And that took forever. It was like almost 10 minutes of me scrolling and changing the rules of scrolling because it never worked. In the end, I decided to pick the first booktuber that had like the first stories from a booktuber and then go to that person's page and scroll there. And from that, I found the book that I was going to read. And that's what I'm going to put here now, with the part that I was already going to pick the book. But I'll put the photo of the Instagram as well. But unfortunately, the recording just did not work. And it's actually probably better because it was very, very long. Okay, so she has Hellbent and Ninth House here on the second picture. So I'm gonna go with Ninth House. This was really hard, but I finally found a photo of someone that has a book that is on my TBR. And that's it. We're going with Ninth House. Let me pick the book. So here it is. Again, I don't know much about it. I guess it's a trend, but I know it's a fantasy mixed with mystery thriller, kind of, in Yale, and there's some secret society kind of stuff that this girl is investigating, and that's pretty much all I know about it. I know it has received mixed reviews, but I'm still interested in it, and I already bought Hellbent, the sequel, because I really wanted it. I wanted both books. So now I have both, so hopefully I will really enjoy this one. Let's replace the prompt. Sci-fi. It's getting really dark already. So the first M&M for the last book is blue again. The second M&M for the last book is orange. Oh my god. Oh. No. There we go. A book written by 2 or more authors. Let me see what I can do with this. Okay, so the book that I'm gonna pick for 2 or more authors is going to be Leviathan Awakes by James S. Corey. This is a pseudonym for 2 authors that I forgot their names, but I promise you about the author. There we go. Nope. Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank. So 2 people wrote this book, so it counts for the prompt, and it is a sci-fi on space, and there's people who live on Mars, on the moon, and there's an asteroid belt, and stuff happens. And it's a really long series. But I want to start. I'm in the mood for sci-fi this year, so it is going on the TBR. It is probably the one that I'm going to prioritize the least unless you vote for it. But just because, I don't know, the others are more up my alley right now. But this is also a very top priority that I'm very excited for. So this is my February TBR, plus 2 books that are not shown here. One is A Touch of Light, the other one is Our Conspirator, and that's it. So like I said, please vote in the comments which book of these you want me to read in February, and I'm gonna prioritize it. I'm gonna try my best to get to the book that you read, but I think, just my feelings right now, that I will for sure read Justice of Kings, Kindred, and Our Conspirator. Those are like the ones that I'm more sure of. And then, because they are the ones that I would already pick up on my own if it wasn't even for the M&M'S TBR. And then A Touch of Light, then Leviathan Wakes, and then Ninth House. I think Leviathan Wakes and Ninth House might depend a lot on the mood that I am at the time. Also, I will not have time to read all of this. Don't worry, like that's not gonna happen. There's a lot of physical books for me, a lot of physical pages. I'm sure I'm gonna listen to audiobooks during the month, but not this many physical books. But that's it for the TBR. Let me know what you're going to read in February and which one of this you want me to read. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye!